Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wildermyth. Last time we kind of confirmed that we could not get round these mountains, I believe, and came down to the Proudpline Laboratory. Having cleared that, and now with a party of 4, we only remain to investigate Lodenker Thicket over to the southwest. So to do that, we need to get the whole party, with Faith just healing during the walk, I suppose. And we can cross either bridge, so let's just start our way there, I suppose. Do we want to deal with the lurking goons, or just get straight to the thicket? I guess just straight into the thicket. So we're gonna move by a predetermined most efficient route. Faith is gently healing along the way. Yonder town. None of us knew what had changed the beasts who roamed our wilds. We knew something lived inside them. Blue burning hate that frenzied them, then left them still. A stone sentence, worse and more deadly than any venom. Today, we would finally find out where it came from, and why it wouldn't stop. Well, Lodenker Thicket looks mostly intact. But we should still stay ready. Kite, anything? Oh, you know me. Just anxious. Lead on. Personally, I'm done expecting things to go smoothly. Yeah, I'm with you. Their approach to the town of Lodenker Thicket is completely silent. And so, here we are, dappled in the natural light. A few buildings around, and a main entryway through the top. What could be quite a long journey through this map. We also didn't see a set of cards which would denote which enemies we're fighting along the way, so we'll see how this goes. And we can see some people that have been paralyzed and turned to stone up ahead. Presumably the fate of whatever band of villagers was living here after they came across some strange fate that they could not survive or otherwise kind of beat. I'm just going to keep moving up slowly as a group. And we can see these statues. We shouldn't be here. We need to leave. Unforgivable. And how many more are there? There's tracks. They go up to that barn door. Wait, you hear that? Whatever did this could still be inside. And here are the foe cards. Row 1, Bogmore 1, Geist 1, Raccoon 1. Tailspike doing splash damage, and extra damage from a Bogmore, otherwise standard foes. So, this seems to be the barn as opposed to... Oh no, that seems to be the barn. These two seem to be houses. Do we want to bother checking what's behind us before we move ahead? I think we're going to get Pastel stood here and ambushing this area of pathway if anything else should come along. Kite I'm going to send to check out the barn because that's kind of close quarters. Faith can join Pastel looking out to the right direction. Unfortunately, we can't hold an attack action as Faith. So we'll be done there. And then Gothic can move up. We'll stand behind Faith so we get that slight defensive advantage from being within each other's proximity. Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't get too dispersed. Let's see. Pastel, do you have a shot? You do, and we get an extra attack because we prepared one last turn that we didn't take. And the raccoon is the creature that is buffed twice, so to have that gone is wonderful. Kite, open the door. And we find a creature inside. We're just going to strike at that. Oh, that's gone excellently. Okay. So it only remains the Bogmore behind us for now, but something else is out there. Take our shot, and then Gothic is going to need to infuse with something. Let's go with this wheelbarrow and see what options we get. Splinter Blast. We can't go that far, unfortunately. We can heal somebody. Once per combat, adjacent target receives 5 temporary health and removes a negative status. We're going to wait on that for a little bit. And we can't ignite anything so close to us either. I feel like I am currently missing some of our best options, but let's see what we can do with this fireplace instead. So, Faith got pulled in by the Noxious Tongue. But Pastel can still get a shot. A good amount of damage. Now, Gothic. Oh no, Kite up first. But we're not going to be able to get close enough to engage without attacking extra. However, we can get side by side with Faith and provide some extra defense. Faith being so close, we can't shoot, but we can strike. It is blocked. I just don't know how we are going to do anything with Gothic here. His options seem so limited with stuff behind him, but not near the foe. So instead, let's step over to here. I assume that's not going to allow us to attack anything closer to him. And we can't ignite standard tiles either. I'm a little lost, I must concede. But we're here to provide aid as well if needs be. There's the Geist. Seems we took some kind of defensive action against that, which I'm fine with. Are we suffering any kind of ill effects? Gorgon corrupted Faith. Faith will take damage every turn she ends here. Alright, well, Gothic. Take a step over and then aid Faith. That did not end the corruption. Interesting. We now have Pastel. Do we have a shot? We do. They took cover. It's a great shame. Kite. Move up. Buddy with Pastel for defense. And then Faith. Step to here. We've lost the corruption. So the corruption was actually the tile, not an effect. That is learnt. We do not have an action to spend on shooting. So I guess we're waiting. Nice of them to go easy on us to start with. These dodges are rough, and I'm not really sure what to do about it. Right. Let's withdraw from the wheelbarrow and instead interfuse with these rocks. And then perhaps next time we'll actually get some use out of that. Pastel. We can't shoot from this range, so that's awkward. I guess we're just going to ambush them on the tile they're already on. Kite doing excellent work and getting to strike twice. And between us, we should be fine here. Defeat the ambush. Check out the barn. Okay. That's something for us all to go and do together. And here I thought it was too easy and that we'd gotten away with a very simple fight. No progress at the end of the turn. Pastel is able to ambush against the row of tiles directly outside the doorway. And Kite, let's have move up to the front of the group, providing a little extra protection for Pastel. Gothic has withdrawn from the things he was previously associated with, I guess. And then Faith can move up beside Pastel as well. And now let's interfuse with this giant tree right out front. We can't open the door from here, so we're going to wait for Kite to get on that in a second. Gorgon. Shimmering fluidly, its silent slithering approach fascinates the mind as it haunts the heart. Row, hooves thrown sloppily around beneath it, it runs staggering below its agony. So that must be our boss. It is behind a wall, so it might come to us if we stand in the doorway rather than getting ourselves stuck in a place we don't want to be. I'm mad that I spent a whole action point on one step. I wanted to move more than I did, but hey, we're there now. Okay. Kite is pinned. Cannot move and defenses are lowered. Okay, Faith. We need to get in here and we need to get to attacking, basically. Part of me wonders if we should just try and get the row down first, being the weaker creature. But hey, sometimes we don't get such luxuries. I think the tree provoked that movement, which I suppose is fine. It's not really where I want Pastel to be, though. Let's get her in with the rest of the group. And then we can ambush the tiles directly between us and them. Kite. Go Guardian, because we can't move, I believe. There's our held action doing great work. With Kite here, we're just going to strike against the row. That's one less thing to worry about now. And if we take one step closer in, we can't go Guardian because we spent our action point moving, of course. But we can Wild Grasp again from the tree. That's going to move them even further back. We can shoot off our prepared shot. And rather than attacking again, I will just hold the line. There goes our prepared shot this time. And now I'm going to keep attacking because they only have 4 health left, 3 now. So between us, I think we should be able to get things done this round. And there we have it. So, is that the end of this story? Math-working pipe wrench. A well-made staff. +2 spell damage, +15 block. Well, I guess that's going to be Gothic for spell damage. And they are now... Kite is now a Bluehorn warrior. So we choose an ability. Untouchable. When Kite gets a kill, the next attack against him within one turn will miss. Kite's melee attacks deal 3 damage to all foes within range. Bard. Kite reduces the cost of recruit jobs by 1, +5 stunt to all heroes in the party. Upgrade Battle Dance. After hitting with a non-swift melee attack, if Kite still has actions left, he can move up to half his speed as a free action. I like the idea of broad swipes here, being able to attack in an AoE fashion. We shouldn't have come here. What? Kite, wake up, it's done. Nothing is beyond us. I think we've proven that. The hulking carcass steams from its many wounds. Hideous convulsions course along its appendages to the extremities of its body. Then... Swipe. No. The thing's tremendous tail flicks across the barn. It plucks up Pastel like she's a straw doll, her weapons falling uselessly from her hands as it pulls her in. Pastel, don't panic. A voice leaks from Pastel's mouth. A wrong voice. Weird and discordant. Like someone fretting and plucking up a fiddle, who's never picked one up. Still yourselves, bone stacks. This one speaks my words. I can make it die. You are not like to us. Weak lungs and small minds. Stacks of splintering bones. Thin blood that will so readily betray you. Why flail for your lives? So noisy. Be wise now. You will survive if you hurt her. Will you survive if you hurt her? You think I flail for life as you do? I am Gorgon. The Master Ulstrix has promised us silence. The voice dissolves into a sound like rain or dissonant waves. Wriggling grips tighten. A tentacle invades Pastel's ear. Stop! Kite leaps forward, lifting a nearby pitchfork and hurtling with thunderous force. Stop, I said! Scar! The tines of the fork sink into the beast's neck. Pastel falls free of its tendrils. As Gothic and Faith rush over to make certain of the Gorgon's demise, Kite supports Pastel, helping her to stand. You're here, Pastel. You're all right. A strange stony affliction spreads from Pastel's ear. Pastel? This isn't over. I saw its mind. The stone was in its claws. Pastel takes the stone from Gothic's palm, turning it in front of her eyes, catching slender sunbeams that slice the barn wall. The strange polyhedral stone is slick with Gorgon blood. Each face is graven with an intricate image. The word in the Gorgon's head was Epichrist. This town, Lodenker Thicket, these petrified people, even this monster. I don't want to discount them, but none matter particularly to the big picture. The Epichrist glistens, sticky and blue. The Gorgons have a master. Ulstrix it's called. It's looking for something, some myth or secret. I think the riddle is in this stone. I think we have to find out what Ulstrix wants, and to make sure he doesn't get it. -25 charisma, +35 loner, +10 retirement age. Stats. Resources. 6 legacy points, +1 heartwood, +5 hides, 2 ingots, 2 fabrics, and 2 spell threads. Victory, +3 years. Safe tiles, 8, +4 years. Towns, 1, +2 years. Infested tiles remaining, 0. Lurking threats remaining, 0. Based on your performance this chapter, you have earned 9 years of peace. Your victory has undermined the enemy's plans. They've been weakened. Raccoon tail spike splash damage seems to have been removed. During the years of peace, the Gorgon's mark grew and crusted over to cover one side of Pastel's face. It would be a grim reminder of the encounter that day in Lodenker Thicket's barn. Faith and Gothic enjoyed talking about the old days over a campfire. Faith would always exaggerate how many monsters she had slain at each battle, but Gothic didn't feel the need to correct her. Pastel went back to the place she grew up, and was tempted by old acquaintances to remain there. But in the end, the pass proved an unwise place to linger. Unconvinced that the threat was gone for good, Kite continued to train relentlessly. Transformations. Advance Kite's transformation. Gem leg, left. Passive. -0.3 speed, +5 block. Yes. Gear and resources. We currently have 3 ingots, 1 heartwood, 8 hides, 5 fabric, 4 spell threads, and 6 legacy points. And these are our currently owned equipments. So we have a farm bow, 2-handed tier 0. Damage 3, range, and stunt damage. And there are all of these types of weapons ahead of us. So if we were to select the Dusk Bow, increase in damage, but we do not have the heartwoods to build this resource. So we cannot improve the bows. We could get a crossbow for 1 ingot, 2 hides, 1 fabric. It's 1-handed instead of 2-handed. Does the same damage, has a smaller range, but higher stunt damage and better accuracy at range. Let's just see what everybody else might get. Oh. Okay, we can't change who we're doing. I guess we do Faith first and then we work our way through. We can increase the quality of Faith's dagger, or we can replace something in her offhand. Shield reduces attack from non-flanking attacks by 1, but this shield already does that. So I don't see the need to change the shield. Let's go for a crossbow, because then we can wield the crossbow with the shield. The Terror Blight. Alright, then next. Okay, I'm not sure if I got this wrong, but sure. Gothic volunteered his freeze days to decrypting the Epicryst. If this is true. It hasn't always gone smoothly, and progress has mostly dripped along. The meanings of the weird stone have remained inscrutable for years. But today, something in his research slides into place. I suppose to sway an ancient people. And he can now guess where their enemies might be. It explains why we've had a few years of relative peace. Do you see what I mean? Here, imagine you're trying to raise an army. What's the first thing you do? Raise an army? Right, an army. Out of just normal folks. I suppose I'd find the ones I trust first and be organized about it. Purposeful. You'd want the right people commanding. A symbol. You'd want a symbol to rally support, wouldn't you? Especially if your people are ancients and set in their ways. So you're saying our Ulstrix, our Master of Gorgons, needs this thing? What is it? Some kind of divine spear? As a symbol to help convince the other Gorgons to follow it? Yes, that's what I believe. And why does it need to do that? Why does it need this spear? Or why does it need the support of others like it? What is Ulstrix? Why do herd animals move together? Power, I suppose? I don't know about the rest. I was able to find other records of epicrysts. Rubbings. That was my first clue. An epicryst is like an ancient storytelling device, a way for telling a time-honoured myth, but maybe in a different order or fashion. That's what I think, but anyway, sorry, I'm getting swept up. I checked the story elements here against some of our older legends. You know that tale? Kind of a poem or a song in some places? Queen of the Seas? I know it well, actually. Our stone tells almost the same story. Almost. And according to our version, the spear was laid to rest in a named cavern. It's on one of our maps. So that gives us an advantage, right? We know where it is. But they've got a pretty big head start, so I don't know if it's got anything to do with this, but Gorgon sightings are picking up again. Now seems like a good time for us to get started. We've all changed, remember? And the havoc those things caused, we couldn't stop them. But we're ready this time, aren't we? As long as we stand together, we're a wall to no storm or season can topple. And the shadows deepen. All monster groups will draw an extra monster card in every battle. And so the first chapter of the story is concluded. We now are told that we must investigate the Grambarn altar, and that we have 350 days left to clear the Gorgon sites to get more time. So, with that first chapter done, and the size of this curved southern wall denoting a larger world ahead of us, who knows where this adventure may continue. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this series, please do let me know. Otherwise, I might just kind of, rather than doing lots of recording of this continually, I might just play another chapter in a few weeks and then another chapter a few weeks on from that. But anyway, thank you ever so much. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.